Hello and welcome. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET Now with me, Snehisha, and with me, as always, is Ankita Saxena. Now, this is a show where we are going to take you through all the big buzzers in today's trade, take a look at how they are doing fundamentally, and also talk about some stocks that our technical experts have picked up and how they are looking on the charts and what's the prospect going ahead. But before we do that, before we kickstart the discussion about all the top buzzers today, let's take a quick look at the markets and what a fall, Ankita, it's been for the Nifty, because we opened above 25,200 and now we're struggling to hold even above 25,000.
That's right, Snehi. In fact, yes, we did give a gap up opening today and we did cross those 25,200 levels, but we gave up all those gains. In fact, we are hovering around the day's lowest point and also, interestingly, we are hovering around the 50 DMA for quite a few sessions, which indicates a sideways trend coming in there. But right now, Nifty is hovering, like I said, at the day's lowest, or towards the day's lowest point. In fact, it is just managing to hold on to those 25,000 levels, 2,500 levels, and also Nifty Bank is posting a decent recovery. It is definitely outperforming the benchmark indices. It is 150 odd points above the recovered from the day's lows. In fact. Speaking of the outperformance, even the small caps are outperforming the benchmarks, but mid caps are reeling under a bit of a selling pressure there. Sectorally, let's take a check. Nifty Media, FMCG, financial services, banks are trading marginally in the green. Nifty Realty has turned absolutely flat right now. Metals are really taking it on the chin. In fact, names like Hindalco, SAIL, Jindal Steel, NMDC, Hindustan Copper, they're all trading with cuts of more than 2-2.5%. Nifty Auto is also trading in the red, trading with cuts of 1.5%. In fact, Samvardhana Motherson, M&M, Exide, Eicher Motors, they're all trading with cuts of over 1.5%. Also in focus are the OMCs, which are in focus on the back of the fall in the crude oil prices overnight of 2.5%. Paint stocks also like Asian Paints and Berger is also trading around, with gains of 1% and all on the back of the fall in the crude oil prices. But largely, that's how the market is really panning out. Nifty, given up all these gains, is hovering around the day's lowest point, just managing to hold on to those 25,000 levels.
So absolutely. So that's what the market breadth is looking like right now. So let's get kick-started and talk about all the stocks worth mentioning in today's trade and the ones that are buzzing on the back of news flow and technicals. And on the technicals today, we have Rajesh Bhosale, Technical Analyst at Angel One. And from the research team, we have Ria joining us. Thank you so much for joining us and good afternoon. Welcome to the show. I'm going to kickstart this list and talk about the first stock, that's Viatec Wabag. Now, this stock is in focus today. It has won a mega order worth 1,000 crore rupees from Indosol Solar Private Limited. Now, this mega order marks this company's entry into the solar PV sector. The order includes the scope of design, engineering, supply, installation, testing as well as commissioning of the 100 MLD desalination plant, which will be executed over a 38-month period, followed by 15 years of operations and maintenance contract as well. This order will be executed over a period of 38 months. So, well, it's a big order win coming in for Viatec Wabag. That stock is up 2% on the back of this positive news flow.
Alright, besides Viatec Wabag, Angel One is also buzzing away in trade. In fact, this stock was seen soaring over 10.5% in early trade today, and this is after the company's best ever quarterly performance for this September ended period, surpassing all the market expectations. And look at it's gone up above the 10% mark. It's actually trading with gains of 14% right now. The company has reported a net profit of 423 crore rupees in the second quarter, reflecting a notable 44% quarter-on-quarter increase and a 39% year-on-year improvement due to better than expected operational efficiency. Also, its total revenue from operations for quarter 2 FY25 witnessed a growth of 7.8% on a sequential basis and a 44% on a year-on-year surge, reaching 1,500 crore rupees. Now, the EBITDA also improved by 51% to 671 crores, while the EBITDA margin expanded by 210 basis points to 44% from an earlier 42% last year. Now, during this period, Angel One also added 3 million clients. As per September 2024, the company's client base has expanded 27.5 million, marking a 11% increase on a sequential basis and 61% growth on a year-on-year basis. Also, amongst the con-call highlights, stricter F&O norms may impact 13 to 14% of the total income from clients, and they hold on to the EBITDA guidance of 40 to 45% is what the management said on Angel One.
So that's the update on Angel One coming in. Very stellar set of quarter two numbers. But Rajesh, let's talk about your list of stocks, and you've picked out HPCL for our viewers. Tell us how this stock looks on the charts, because last 1 year itself the stock has more than doubled. So what's the momentum that you see going ahead?
Hi Ankita, hi Snehi. So if we talk about HPCL, so with the ease down in crude oil prices, we are seeing strong traction in HPCL. We are seeing a bullish gap in today's session, and the stock has exactly bounced from its 89 EMA. So we expect that this positive momentum is likely to continue in the near term, where the stock can head towards the levels of 450 to 460. As long the bullish gap of today's that is around 400 it holds, the bias will remain positive. One can have a positive approach buying on any dip for a target of around 450 to 455 in the near term.
Alright, moving on, Ria, from HPCL to Zydus Life is the name that you have picked out for us. Tell us, why have you picked out this name for us? Right now it is reeling under a bit of a, actually it's trading flat, but nonetheless trading with cuts of 0.2%. But tell us, what's the news flow here?
Yes, well, so Zydus Life Sciences is in focus since they have formalized the MOA with the Indian Council of Medical Research, or the ICMR, to initiate the phase 2 clinical trials of a drug called decode for patients with sickle cell disease, which currently has 20 million patients in the country. And commenting on this development, the chairman of Zydus Life Sciences mentioned that public-private partnerships in the healthcare sector are essential to deliver novel drugs to achieve the goals of the National Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission. And we're not seeing a big reaction on the stock. As you said, it's trading marginally in the red right now, but we're keeping an eye out on Zydus Life on the back of this.
Okay, so well, the stock is in focus on the back of that news flow, but Rajesh, you've picked out Kotak Bank for us, and this stock has been a laggard. Even if you pick out last 6 months, last 1 year YTD, the stock has not done absolutely. In fact, on a YTD basis, the stock has turned slightly negative as well. So after so much consolidation, do you think now the charts could, or in fact the tables could turn for Kotak Bank, and now it could break into the positive territory going ahead?
Kotak Bank, in fact, it is down 0.5% in today's session. But if we compare in the last couple of weeks, so the stock has shown significant outperformance as compared to other private banks. Yes, if we compare it on a monthly or yearly basis, this stock has not performed that well. But my observations are that on the RSI, weekly RSI, it has crossed its previous swing highs. So with the underperformance which we had in the past, that underperformance is going to convert into a strong momentum, and one can expect the stock to reach new highs, possibly towards 2050 to 2100 in the near term. So any dip would be a buying opportunity for this counter.
Alright, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere, because after the break, we're getting you more buzzers in trade. Welcome back. You're tuned into Market Fatafat, where we are taking you through all the stocks that are buzzing in trade, either on the back of news flow or on the back of technical charts. Coming to you, Rajesh, for technicals then, the Moscow Docs is the counter that you're tracking. In fact, in the last, this counter is one stock that just keeps on giving. In the last 1 year, it has given some stellar 100% returns. But in the last few weeks, 4 odd weeks, this stock is seen, in a bit of a consolidation mode. Tell us from here on, how do you see the stock moving, and what is the upside that you pencil in for this stock?
Yes, definitely Mazda is a trader's favorite counter. But from July swing highs, we haven't seen any major traction in this counter. But now on the 89 EMA daily chart, we are seeing a base formation, and one of the observation is that whenever the stock goes up, there is a high volume activity, but whenever the prices slip, there is low volume activity. And similarly, in the last couple of sessions, as the prices have picked up, we are seeing that volumes have again picked up. So considering this chart structure, there is also a trend line breakout. So we are expecting a strong positive momentum in this counter, and possibly the stock is headed towards the 4700. So as long today's low of around 4200 holds, one can have a positive approach, possibly headed towards the 4800 levels.
Okay, so So those are the levels that Rajesh is plotting for Mascot Dog. But let's move on. Talk about JSW Infra now. This stock is in focus because the company has received a letter of intent from Maharashtra Maritime Board for the development and operation of a multi-purpose port at Palghar on a public-private partnership basis using the DBOOT model. Now, on the back of this news flow, it's a positive news flow for the company, and the stock is also holding up almost 0.7%, slightly tempered from the morning gains, but well, yes, 0.7% higher is where the stock is at. But on the back of this news flow, you also have a brokerage note coming in from Nuvama this morning, where they've initiated a buy rating with a target price of 390 rupees for this stock. They say that this is the second largest private port operator in a steadily growing industry. They have strong parentage. The robust third-party cargo growth is likely to sustain going ahead as well. The company is spreading wings. It's transforming from port to logistics utility company. They also have a strong financial performance, which is poised to sustain going ahead as well. So all in all, positive news flow and a bullish note coming in from Nuvama with a buy initiation, and the stock is up 0.7%.
Alright, that is JSW Infra for you. Moving on to another buzzer in trade, and that is HCL Tech. Good set of results, a strong show for this particular company on quarter 2 results. Beat on all accounts. We see the deals win steady at $2,218 million and the LTM attrition at 12.9%. But let's take a look at how the numbers are looking like. In terms of revenue, we see a jump of 2.4% on a sequential basis. This is in the dollar term. In rupee term, we see a jump of 2.9% on a sequential basis. Net profit came in at 4,235 crore rupees. Which is down 0.5% on a quarter-on-quarter basis, but it is better than what we were expecting. The EBIT margin also came up 17% on a sequential basis, and the company has also announced an interim dividend of 12 rupees per share. Now, the lower end of guidance has been upped as far as the FY25 guidance has been concerned. The company revenue growth is expected to be between 3.5% to 5% on a year-on-year in constant currency terms, and service revenue growth is expected to be between 3.5% to 5% again on a year-on-year basis in constant currency. Now, the EBIT margin is likely to be between 18 to 19%. That's the word coming in from the management. Brokerage is also Investec giving it is maintaining a sell with a target price of 1,540 rupees, and Nuvama, however, is maintaining a buy with and hike the target price to 2,125 rupees on the share.
Okay, so well, that's everything concerning HCL Tech. Overall good performance coming in. But Rajesh, you've picked out HDFC Life for us on the charts. Tell us what pattern are you spotting on the charts, and what levels are you keeping in mind for this stock?
So HDFC Life, while it is flat today with no major traction, we are seeing a double bottom formation on the daily chart and a bullish breakout with a gap. So we are expecting this stock to outperform in the near term from the insurance space, possibly headed towards the levels of 770, 780. The stock has also given a weekly chart breakout on a higher time frame. So one can buy it on the dips for the target of 770, 780 levels.
Alright, moving on then, let's come to urea. You've picked out Dr. Reddy's lab for us. The stock is down 0.5%. Tell us what is the news flow here?
Yes, so Dr. Reddy's is in focus today since the company, along with its wholly owned subsidiary called Dr. Reddy's Labs Incorporated, have been named as defendants by 3 additional groups of plaintiffs in pending lawsuits tied to the ongoing Revlimid antitrust case. Now, the plaintiffs, including United Healthcare, several insurers and end-payer groups as well, have filed amended complaints on the 5th of August 2024. And on this counter, Dr. Reddy's Labs and all the other defendants to the Revlimid antitrust action have moved to dismiss all of the claims, and the company has said that it intends to defend its position vigorously. So we're keeping an eye out on Dr. Reddy's on the back of this news.
Well, alright, so slightly negative news coming in for Dr. Reddy's, 0.5% lower on the back of that news flow. But Rajesh, you picked out Deepak Nitrite on the charts. Last 6 months also, modest growth of 29% coming in on this stock. What levels are you spotting, and what are the patterns that you are spotting on the chart as well for this one?
So for Deepak Nitrite, the stock continues to move in a higher top, higher bottom price structure. Recently, we have seen some price and time-wise consolidation, but now we are seeing that stock, after taking support on the 50-day moving average, it's showing positive traction and has broken from its recent congestion zone. So we are expecting a healthier move where the stock is likely to move towards the levels of 3,000 and possibly towards 3,300. So have a positive bias, and one can have a support around 2,800 for the stock.
Alright, that is Deepak Nitrite on the charts. But with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits. And then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.